It's time to talk about some harsh truths about the GOP after seeing this horrible election results from this week. You know, on the show, I like to cheerlead when we win. Winning's good, we should celebrate it. But when we lose, I am not going to stick my head in the sand, say it was election interference, or that it was Democrats just playing dirty, because we know they're going to do that. They've always done it. So stop bringing it up. You should have planned on that. That's a given. The question is, what are we going to do about it? Why did we lose last night? And the reality is this: it was a huge loss for Republicans. If you look right now, in Virginia, every single county moved blue. You can go out. I don't want to hear it from people saying, oh, but Virginia was already blue. We know that was how it was going to go. Look at this graph. If you look at the third column, shift from 2024, 12 points, 16 points, 8 points, 4, 6. This is not, 0.3 points over to Democrats, or 0.5, or 1, or even 2. This is double-digit shifts over the entirety of Virginia. If you look at Georgia, in the Atlanta metro, it's the same thing. 30-point swings in Cobb County from plus 15 Harris to Democrat 45. It's the same thing all the way down. 20-point swing, 30-point swing, huge swings. Even Trump counties went from 24 plus Trump to 1 plus Democrat. Horrible. And if you look in Georgia, by the way, this particular seat, it's called the Georgia Public Service Commissioner, has never gone Democrat. I don't think this century. It has been decades. And they won 60% to 39%. So I don't want to hear, oh, these are blue states, because every county shifted blue. It was horrible, a huge loss for Republicans. We are lucky that it was not a midterm this year, because if it were, we would have lost everything. Democrats would have had a unified Congress, Senate, would have reversed everything that Trump has done. Now, my feelings as to why we lost boils down to one thing and one thing only. The Republican Party is starting to bow down to the crazies, and we know how this goes. Yes, I am talking about Nick Fuentes. I'm talking about Tucker Carlson now, unfortunately. And I'm talking about Candace Owens. This is no different from when Democrats, on the other hand, bow down to AOC, Bernie Sanders, Destiny, Hassan Piker, the trans agenda, BLM. I could keep going on. They bow down to their crazies, and the American people see that stuff, and it turns them off big time. That's why Trump won in 2024. That's why Republicans, even though it wasn't the massive way we wanted it to be, won in 2022. When literal Nazis like Nick Fuentes start getting celebrated on the right, it makes people vote Democrat who never would have voted Democrat before. When popular right-wing commentators like Candace Owens have no morals whatsoever, they're clearly bought out. They're clearly conspiracy theorists that have no basis in the truth. The perception from independents is that the right likes her, and they flee. They run for their lives because it's terrifying. And the other reason these people are detrimental to the conservative movement is that they themselves not only hurt it, but they work against it actively. They do this over and over again. You'll remember Nick Fuentes voted for Kamala Harris in 2024, actively told his whole audience not to vote for Trump. So I'm sorry. I don't want to hear we're going to save the Republican Party. Oh, we're going to be more MAGA. Yeah, BS. You voted for Kamala Harris. I don't want to hear it. How many videos? This is a big question for me, right? How many videos has Nick Fuentes, Candace Owens, and Tucker Carlson combined done in the last 3 months about the upcoming elections? Seriously, combined, probably less than 5. This show has done way more, and there are 3 of them. In fact, all of that genre, how many times have they talked about the upcoming elections in the last 3 months? I dare you to find a single episode. It's going to be very hard, but they do hundreds about Israel, of course. And again, this is where I come to. I think that they're Israel first. I think they're Qatar first. That's all they talk about. They don't even talk about their own country. They just talk about another country all freaking day. They want to talk about other people being Israel first. All they talk about is Israel. They don't want to talk about America anymore unless they want to talk bad about it. That's what Tucker Carlson does. If he talks about America, he's talking about how our history is so muddled and we have no American exceptionalism. Tucker Carlson the other day said Trump was attached to Epstein. And honestly, you think that Tucker is going to have a positive effect then on these upcoming elections? Of course not. He's hurt them greatly. He's hurt the Republican Party. Matt Walsh tweeted this out. It was responded to by Ian Howarth. Perfectly sums it up for me. This is the battle that we're seeing right now. Matt Walsh tweeted, while conservatives have spent the last few weeks arguing with each other, Democrats just elected an attorney general who openly fantasizes about murdering us and watching our children die in our arms. These people are the enemy. What more do you need to see? Seriously, what more do you need to see? And this is what Ian said. He said, interesting how it's our fault. We lost elections because we called out Tucker Carlson for cozying up to a Nazi. It's not, by the way. But it's apparently not Tucker Carlson's fault for cozying up to the Nazi. And it perfectly sums it up. That is the problem. One side is cozying up to the Nazis, and the other side is calling them out for it. And I swear, if I have one more person in my comments saying Fuentes is not a Nazi, stop gaslighting. He has literally said himself he is. He said he's Team Hitler. He loves him. He's even said that Stalin's birthday is an important day for him because he loves Stalin. So we can add communist to that. Of course, Nazi is the National Socialist Party, so it makes perfect sense. But stop gaslighting. They're Nazis. They're self-proclaimed Nazis. And you're saying that we're the problem because we called them out for it. I call BS on that. I'm going to go crazy. I'm just going to go out on a limb here and say that is the fault of the Nazi sympathizers more than the people calling them out for it. That's what I think. I think independents look at the Nazis and they like them less than the people calling them out for it. I wasn't expecting every election to go Republicans' way. I'm not naive like that. I was hopeful at the very least that Jason Miyares was going to win because he was the incumbent and because of what Jones had said. But when every county in Georgia, Virginia shifts blue, sometimes by 20 or 30 points, which is so bad, we cannot keep doing more of this and expect a different result. We cannot look at this and just think, it was just an isolated incident. That's 2025. Let's look forward to 2026. No, let's look at how we got here and not do this again. If we don't, just wait. If we want to do this again, just wait. Expect a Democrat House with a gain of 40 seats in 2026 and a Democrat Senate with 55 Democrats to 45 Republicans. From time to time on the show, guys, big tech does try to censor me, and that's why I've created my new Substack. Substack never censors me. I'm able to talk about things on the show that I wasn't able to get to. Go check it out right now, completely free to you. It comes in your inbox once a week. Again, I talk about something that I did not talk about on the show. Go check it out. The link is in the description below. Thank you so much for watching today's episode, everybody. Please like the video so other great patriots like yourselves will see it. And if you're on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, please give the podcast a rating so people will find it there. And you can tune in every single weekday at 6 p.m. Eastern for the live show, or you can watch another video right here.